Hi, I'm Daniel Cramer, and coming up is a recap of the Dighton High School football team's 2023 season. Enjoy. So I'm Daniel Cramer, and I'm here with George Von Leonrad of the Dighton football team, and we'll be asking him some questions about this season. So George, what are you most proud about from this season?
I'm proud of how we were able to change positions and still have success even with all the injuries and adversity we faced at the beginning of the season.
What do you think was different from last season coming into this season?
Well, last season we had a lot of seniors and we all kind of knew what we were doing. We were in the same positions we had worked on from the season before, and we kind of just jumped right in. This season we had to change positions around when we had injuries, so that was kind of difficult for us at the beginning of the season.
What do you expect for next season?
I expect, with all of us juniors being seniors, I expect another solid season of football.
What was your favorite game to play this season, and why?
I think either Sharon Springs or Buckland. Both were big wins, and a lot of people picked Buckland and Sharon Springs to beat us, and we came out and took it to them.
So I know you started at lineman this season and had to change positions a little bit. How was that transition?
At first it was a little scary, new position, but as I got comfortable, it was fun. I got to touch the ball.
Okay, and finally, what was your favorite play from this season?
I think it was you threw me a touchdown pass going into halftime against Hodgman County to kind of close the gap there. That was pretty exciting.
Okay, well, thank you, George. Excited for next season. I'm Daniel. I'm here with the head football coach of the Dighton football team, and we'll be asking him some questions today. So, Coach Simon, what were your first thoughts before the season?
First thoughts, I felt like we could be a good team, offensively, defensively, both. We had some good skill guys coming back. The question mark was, offensive line, defensive line. So we knew that we had some holes to fill, but felt like we could be a good, solid team.
What did you think after the first game?
Well, after the first team, there's obviously some takeaways on both sides of it. We did do some things well, and did beat Oberlin 52-16. There were a number of things that we didn't do so well, which a lot of first game mistakes. You're going to get that. So it was kind of a 50-50 type deal. We did a lot of good things and a lot of things not particularly well. So.
What were your thoughts after the second game when people kept getting hurt, and how that progressed throughout the season?
Well, anytime you get anybody hurt, it's obviously worrisome as far as just for that individual player, and as well as how are we gonna respond as a team, and how are we gonna fill those spots and fill those key roles, and obviously losing Carson Scheimer was big, losing Jack Jenkinson was big. So filling those spots early was definitely stressful and worrisome. But as the season went on, I felt like we filled those spots and stepped into our roles very, very well.
Oh, is there anything you thought could have gone better? You could have done better this season?
Well, you always have those things that you want to. You kind of look back and think, well, I should have done this or should have done that. Yeah, there's definitely some things here and there. Obviously, even play calls. You look back like, man, what was I thinking? But you always have those. I've had them every year since I've been coaching. So, I feel like we kind of weathered the storm very, very well as far as getting the season back on track with the injuries. So, nothing too major, anyways. So.
So how do you think that'll carry over into next season?
Well, I felt like we created some depth with some kids that had to step in with those injuries, and I felt like some of those kids really stepped up. So going into next season, I feel like we've got kind of a head start on some things. We're looking at potentially having 8 seniors, so good upperclassmen, amongst the team there with our seniors, and we got some good kids coming up too. So excited about next year. Expectations will be high.
And finally, what was your favorite game to coach this year?
Favorite game, I would have to say probably the Buckland game. I felt like that's where we kind of turned our season around, getting that win down there at Buckland. We were at that point, I believe we were 2-3. So I think that was kind of a key point in our season to kind of get things kind of back on the right track to finish our season out well. So that one in Sharon Springs, I felt like we're both up there. So.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Daniel, and you just watched the 2023 recap of the Dighton High School football team. The high school football team went 6-5 this season, and they went through 3 rounds of playoffs and lost in the sectional round to Victoria. So thank you all for listening. Hopefully next season is another good season, and go support your Hornets.